Hi there, Miss Moore. This is Rodney Funderburk for Video Journal number 7. And this has to do with copyrights. And the first question is, what is the cost for online registration for a single application? A single application that I found online was $35 at the website. And it says locate and show on screen cost the guidelines for using the single application. So hopefully you can see in here. So I'm going to the copyright screen. I'm hoping that you can see that. And I scroll down below here and I looked over. No, I didn't. I'm telling you a lie. I went to where it says schedule of fees and I clicked on schedule of fees. And right here where it says single application, that's highlighted, it has $35, and standard application, all other filings, are $55. So single application is $35. And then your question number 2 was, what are eligibility requirements for single application? Well, using the single application, if you click on the link that I was just highlighted, which is what I just did, you can scroll down to pages 6 and 7. And there's a little chart there. And at the top of the chart, it says eligibility for registration using the single application. And believe it or not, a lot of this means that you must work uno mano by yourself. For example, if you're doing literary works, it should be 1 article, 1 nonfiction monograph, 1 novel, 1 poem, or 1 short story. So it has to be 1. Okay, so if there are 2 or more of any of those, then that is not going to work. It is not considered a single application. When you're talking about motion pictures and audiovisual works, we're talking here what the eligible single application would be: a 1 selfie video featuring only 1 person, 1 video game, 1 motion picture created by the only individual who will be shown in the work. So you can't have more than 1 individual in that work. So a lot of it is, or all of it should be, work done by yourself. The next category is performing arts works, and this is on page 7. 1 song with music and lyrics, if any, fixed in sheet music by the same author, of course, no one else. 1 instrumental composition, 1 screenplay, 1 script, 1 treatment. So the key word here is 1. The next category is sound recordings. There's 1 sound recording where the author and owner is the only performer and producer in the recording. 1 song, literary work, or dramatic work and sound recording where the same individual is the author of both the song and the sound recording. And that individual is the only performer and producer of the recording. So if we move to the next category, which is visual arts works, again, we're going to find a keyword of 1. 1 carpet design, 1 drawing, 1 fabric design, 1 logo, 1 photograph, 1 map, 1 technical drawing of 1 object, 1 piece of jewelry, 1 poster, 1 sculpture, 1 wallpaper design. So if you have a collection or a set of anything, that is not going to be eligible. So everything is 1, and usually there's 1 author, 1 person. So those are the eligibility requirements for a single application in those categories that are found on page 6 and 7 of the schedule of fees. When I clicked on that, and that pops right up. And the first page of that says the licensing division of the Copyright Office whenever you click on that. Number 3, it says locate and show the location for the Electronic Copyright Office, or ECO. So I'll arrow out and I'll back up and I'll go to where I was before, and then I'll arrow out one more time and back up, boop, and then I'm going to be at the original link that you gave us. And if I click on, let's see here, the top part where it says register a copyright at the top left, there is a registration portal. And to the right is a blue box. It has log into the Electronic Copyright Office Registration System, or ECO. So if I click that, I go right into the ECO registration system. where it says you have to have a user login ID and password, which I don't have one. I'm not sure if we were supposed to make one. I apologize. Please have mercy on me. Don't take points off if I didn't have the user ID and password, because I don't have one. So please forgive me. Carolina lost, by the way, on Saturday. So it's kind of messed my mind up a little bit. But that is where you go and find the portal for the Electronic Copyright Office there. Number 4, the question is, what is a poor man's copyright? Is this an advisable way to register material? Well, a poor man's copyright is the practice of sending a copy of your own work to yourself. This is not recommended because there is no provision in the copyright law regarding such type of protection, and it's not a substitute for copyright registration. In my opinion, if you don't have the money to get it copyright, don't do the poor man's right. It's better for you to beg, borrow, steal, get the money from someone to have your stuff copyrighted. If you can't do it, find an investor. There's always investors who will take risks on all kinds of things. Yeah, you're going to have to give up some things if your work hits and you make money off of it. But guess what? No one else will be able to steal it. So there it's easy. I think it's better to go ahead and have an investor involved and pay them some instead of losing it all and receive nothing if someone else takes off with your work. So that is the poor man's copyright. And then number 5, it says, how is the licensing division organized? It is 3 areas. So the first area is an examining section. The second area is a fiscal section. And the last or third area is an information section. Now, in the examining section, what they do is they examine the licensing documents, submitted for a statutory or compulsory license to determine whether or not they meet the requirements under the statutes of the Copyright Office regulations. And a licensing examiner will notify you if you have any license errors or omissions or anything that you need before the final processing. So that's what they do in the examining section. Then in the physical section, they perform all the accounting, the budgeting, and investing functions of the division in conjunction with the Copyright Office and their chief financial officer. And this section is also responsible for ascertaining the funds available for distribution by copyright royalty judges. And then the information section provides information about the compulsory and statutory licenses, and it maintains all the division's official licensing records and performs references, searches of licensing documents for the public members of Congress. So those are your 3 areas and your 3 sections. And again, if I did that wrong, I do apologize. Don't take off on me, please. I beg, because the Tar Heels got their butts whipped on Saturday night, and it hurt. But anyway, thank you for listening. I hope I covered it. If I didn't, I will do it again if you'll allow me to. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Oh my God, that's 8.